stream, and then we'll do mic checks. And let me just make sure we are receiving. Okay, it looks like Tommy will join us as well, which is good.
Do you have a score sheet set up for this?
I don't. I kind of was running behind for
Okay.
reasons. So, all right, let's do a mic check.
Hello.
Okay, you're good. Awesome. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a round 3 game from the Militant Casual Jank Tank Tournament 2, Rec Rick Boogaloo. I am your host, as always, Ben, one of the founders of Militant Casuals, and we are all lucky to be joined in today's stream by Brandon, who is also a founder of Militant Casuals. Brandon, hello, how are you?
Hello. Good.
And did somebody else join us?
Yes.
All right. Hello, Vince. Long time no talk.
How you doing, gentlemen?
Good. So,
Real quick, Ben, you want to give me right access to the stream score sheet?
oh, sure. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see. So, and you've heard his voice. So, joining us is Vince from the Wide World of Wargaming X-Wing podcast. How you doing, Vince?
I'm doing great. I have hot wings. I have Modelo Especial. I am looking forward to seeing Rick get wrecked.
Me too, but we'll see what happens here. So both our players are, as I understand, 2-0 going into this fight. Is that correct, folks? I'm not high here.
I shall check tabletop TO.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Brandon the editing.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are both 2-0.
Awesome. So this round is round 3 of a round robin. The way the tournament structure is working this time, we did pods of 4. Everybody played everybody else in the pod. The winner, the clear number 1 winner from each pod is going to get into a cut, top 8 cut. The second place finishers in each pod will, the best second place finisher in the 5 pods will get into the cut automatically, and the remaining 4 second place players will fight it out to get into the top 8. What I have added recently that I'm just going to start talking about now is after the cut is determined, we are going to also have a tournament for everybody else who didn't make the cut to get draft position in the next Jank Tank tournament or whatever we do next. So I'm looking forward to continuing to stream a bunch of games. Let me get the link. I think I got it, Brandon. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it in FB.
You know, the way you describe that cut makes me very sad because even despite the fact that I'm third place in my pod, I still have better MOV than than 3 of the second places. So I guess I'm not going to be in the play-in games. I guess I know now.
Well, now you get a chance to play to get the first draft pick next time, I guess. I mean, that's the upside, right?
Yeah, next time we won't be drafting a list with 17 health.
So our list tonight, and XPav is getting first player here. Rick is playing with a Scum and Villainy list, full 200 points, Tirani Koldo with Snapshot, R5, Contraband Cybernetics, Z95 Kato Lichos with Intimidation, a regular old Cartel Marauder with Homing Missiles and Deadman Switch, and Bosk Z95, new in the last release of stuff before the dark times, before coronavirus, also with homing missile and munitions failsafe, and Gargor, which I think also came out in that last set of releases as well.
That is correct.
This is a pretty cool list. I want to come back to it in a second. I just want to also talk about Alex's list quickly, and then I'll hand off to each of you to talk about your thoughts on them. Alex has CC10 with the 7B, Delta 7 with R2 Astromech and Stealth Device. He's got Oddball, LOL, V19, Kickback, V19 with concussion missiles, and another Delta 7 but with CLT, Luminara Unduli. So what do you guys think of? Let's talk about Rick's list first, and we'll start with Brandon, and then when we talk
Don't
about
start with
Alex,
me.
don't start with Brandon. Okay, we'll start with
Yeah.
Vince. Vince, what do you think about Rick's list?
Well, don't start with the guy who doesn't play scum. All right. So really, when we're talking about Rick's list, we're talking about Tirani.
Okay.
Gargor is there just to proc. I'm not sure. Okay, no, he doesn't have the combo, so he cannot Tirani to proc Gargor, which is one of the more hilarious combos floating around in Scum Extended right now.
Yeah.
You've got Boss, who I actually really love in the Z95.
Yeah, me
If
too.
getting a crit on 3 dice is not very likely, but if you do, you are going to you'll start racking that damage up pretty quick. I just wish there was a way to get him a crit more regularly.
Yeah.
Kato, Kato Lichos, I've never seen played. I'm not a huge fan of ripping tokens from other people. Maybe taking it from Gargor would be a decent thing but I don't know. It just seems like you're killing one of your ships to save another cheap ship. Cartel Marauders are solid. Adding a homing missile is nothing bad, but really this is about getting Tirani set up and then using Snapshot to proc her ability.
Yep.
That's Rick's list in a nutshell. Is Tirani with Snapshot. Everything else is along for the ride.
And yet, as you say, along for the ride, but not bad, right? Like,
there's nothing bad. There's nothing bad.
You're right. Catolichos isn't, the best, but it's a 30-point Z95, whatever. Bosk is great, as you say. Gargor is hilarious, and I really like that idea you popped out there of, have Gargor take, the token you want on Kato, just rip it off him because you don't care if anybody shoots Gargor.
No. Like you don't want the token on Gargor because you want them to shoot him.
Yeah. Brandon, what were your thoughts?
I liked it. It was one of the ones I was considering taking.
Of course you are.
I mean, and it's worth noting, by the way, because Rick won the first Jank Tank, this list made it all the way to the last pick of the draft.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised it did.
Yeah, I was trying to talk him into taking a different list because I thought this list was better. I'll admit it now, Rick. I was trolling you, but he was smart enough not to listen to me. So on Alex's side, we've got 2 Delta 7s, one with 7B, one with CLT, both decent Jedi pieces, but not the ones you typically see on the table. You've got Oddball, which if you've ever seen it on the table, legitimately I would love to hear it because Oddball is way overpriced for what he is, and it has been. And then Kickback with concussion missiles. So now, Vince, I know you're not a Republic player either, really. Brendan, do you have any...
I have more experience with Republic than I do with Scum.
Brendan, you've played some Republic, though. What do you think about these guys?
And we've been seeing a lot of Sacy in these randomly generated lists, which is kind of funny. But I do like her ability. I haven't actually flown her yet, but I mean, worth trying. And I do really like Luminara. I was one of the people flying that Luminara and a bunch of arcs, and just her ability is fantastic. And she's going to keep the V19s up and healthy longer than they should.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you kind of wish it was arcs, as you say, rather than V19s, but
yeah,
you go to war with the ships you have, not with the ones that you wish you had, right?
Exactly.
So both of our players have kind of spread out. Rick has aimed his Tirani Cultist straight at the debris because that's going to work. But he's put his other ships on flank duty, and on the other side we've got the V19s kind of pointed at Tirani as well, and the Jedi on each flank. I'm going to go ahead and turn off our grid. So let's go with, what do you expect each player to sort of be aiming for here? What is Rick's win condition? What is Alex's win condition? Vince, let's have you give your thoughts on that first.
Well, I personally hate where Luminara is. She's doing no one any good all the way out there, and she is not entirely a support piece, but a CLT Luminara is a second shooter and a defensive buff. I have no idea why she's all the way on her own near the top of the board, staring down particularly a guy who does bonus damage in a Cartel Marauder with 3 base reds. Saucy, I'm not upset with. I don't like that he's staring down one ship with Intimidate and one who, if you shoot him at range 0, he hands off a crit.
Yeah.
He's staring down 2 blockers, basically, which tells me that Rick is going to move. Rick wants to go bottom left with Tirani, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, I suspect from what we see here that both Jedi are going to just turn in. I mean, there's no way they want to face what they're looking at head on. So basically, that makes them predictable or dead, right?
Dead. I mean, you can always soak because you've got R2 and a stealth device. Saucy can just soak and fly through probably most of the 2 single mod shooting she's going to deal with. But if you get caught by Tirani, you take auto damage and then your stealth devices.
Brennan, what are your thoughts?
Do we know who has initiative?
Yeah, Alex has first player.
That's a good call by. That's unfortunate.
So Rick has started out by actually turning, banking Gargor into a barrel roll. So turning towards the middle because I think Rick rightly suspects that nobody's coming straight at him along the edges. Cartel Marauder goes pretty fast, just takes a focus. And we should get to see now what Alex has in store. Oh, all right. So 2 forward for CC. The slow roll. 1 forward to victory for the V19s. No shocker there. We'll have to wait to see what good old Oddball's going to do. Luminar didn't turn.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, me too. Because as Vince, as you said, like Luminar's whole raison d'etre is to be keeping other people alive, not stare down Kato Lichos and a Cartel Marauder.
Well, the thing is that is her. You could say that, but her ability is just as effective on herself. So we can't discount that.
Right. Yeah, and that's actually Bosk up there, so that's going to be a sad Bosk because she can just shut off any crits that he rolls.
Yes, and you'll have no way to recover them.
That's fair, but I mean, you're still dealing with 5 dice versus 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, she's a Jedi. She's not going to be unless she's blocked by the cartel. She's not going to get shot by. She's not going to get. She'll never catch 2 dice.
Yeah.
And then again, if she's blocked, it's one Bosk, and she'll have both her force to deal with it. So, as far as what she could be flying into, it's not the worst. But I don't know what he's doing with the Torrents. Alex is not doing anything I would do with this list. I promise you that.
Would you have gone faster with them, Vince? Would that be
at
your
least
goal?
with kickback? You at least with kickback. Because the thing about it is, you technically have the red die advantage on the bottom. Between a 7B, the concussion missiles, and oddball, you've got 8 reds against 7. And you'll have more accurate reds. So, if your goal is to have Luminara stall the top 2 ships until you win the bottom fight, you need to win faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that is one of the things about this matchup is that not a ton of health really on the Republic side here, and also not a ton of green dice on the Republic side here versus a beefier. I mean, it's weird to talk about a list with 2 Z95s and Gargor as being beefier, but Tirani's no joke.
It's 27 health against what? Am I count? If I'm counting this correctly, it's 27 against 20 plus 2 regen.
That's true. There is regen on. I mean, in a sense, Tirani's got regen as well. It's just R5.
That's fair. Yep.
Yeah. But yes, CC in the 7B is rolling around with some extra shields if need be. All right, so we are back to dials. So if you're Alex, let's go from this perspective. You can't be super confident in your positioning or what you're going to do here, I think. So what do you guys do with Luminara here and the Torrents and Cece? Let's go with you first, Vince.
With Luminara, I want to stay away from this Kirax. Whatever his arc is going to be, I want to be away from the Kirax, and I want to make sure that I at least have a shot on boss. Not necessarily a CLT, although a Z95 is not going to. He's not going to roll away from you. Boss's whole point is damage.
Yeah.
And we do have the master of never taking damage if he wants to in the group with us here. But I mean, Brandon, would you roll with a Z95 and have no dice, or would you take the focus and try to brawl it out?
Yeah, Rick is just kind of rolling in, trying to have conservative arcs here. It looks like he's target locked with the Kyrex because, of course, right, homing missile.
With the homing, you want to try to get that cheap damage.
Yeah,
I really hope Alex force traded with Luminara, because if not, he's in serious trouble.
What do you got, Brandon?
Knowing Rick, I'm kind of surprised that the Kyrex went that slow. But Lumi, I'd probably have a 5 straight dialed up there.
That was my thought as well.
Just try and blow right past them.
Yeah, you'll beat a Z95 with a Delta 7 there is not a Z95 that will beat a Delta 1-on-1 in this game.
Would you have been hoping with the 5 straight to go ahead and hit the Cartel Marauder and only have to fire at the Z?
No, I think what I would plan on is that he's hoping to land a block with the Cartel, and so I'd line up on wherever the block space, wherever you think a shooter would be, to take advantage of the block.
Gotcha.
I mean, you're in a Delta 7. It ain't hard to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like for sure here. Alex is committing to the left flank here, and there's Luminara instead deciding that the better part of Valor is get the F out. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a barrel roll boost.
Yeah,
and I don't hate it. He's pretty far away, but this is going to leave Cartel Marauder and Bosk both chasing, and Z95. Yeah, they've got 3 hard turns, but they're not going to catch up to a Jedi.
No, but they will catch the trailing arcs or the trailing torrents.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's going to have to speed up into that fight, leaving the Cartel Marauder and Bosk further behind with the V19s for sure. And Brandon, when you said you were surprised that Rick only went as fast as he did with the Cartel Marauder, this is exactly what you were afraid of, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and Rick's an aggressive player. So
that is not out of that arc.
No, I think I would have boosted toward my board edge there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, but I don't think Boss gets it.
The thing though is, you know what? Any other ship might be afraid of it. With Luminara, you could say, "Hey man, go ahead and roll it."
Yeah. Yeah, you've got 4 greens, 2 force. Well, and here's greens. Rick barrel rolling, so next turn he can get into the fight. Though again, that 3 hard is going to be white, so if he is in the fight, it might be with no actions.
It's 3 greens, Ben.
What's that?
It's 3. It would be 3 greens on Luminara technically.
Luminara, it does not have Delta 7.
Yeah.
No, but you don't get a range bonus against a missile.
Oh, if he uses, that's true. He does have homing, of course, and it's not going to matter because it's homing.
Speaking of homing, pretty sure we're about to see the end of that stealth device. Oh wait, Tirani doesn't have ordnance.
Nope.
No, both the ordnance carriers are up north.
Okay, well.
She does have snapshot, so that's going to make things interesting for Sacy next turn.
Yeah. He's going to...
I actually really love a 5K out of Saucy next turn. Because Tirani's not turning right. Or turning left.
Right.
He's not gonna turn her away from kickback and oddball.
Yeah,
maybe hit a cloud.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like the 5K there too. I'm not sure I like taking 3 shots right now though.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was any, luckily you've got a focus and 2 force and a stealth device. So if anybody really does land a bomb on you, you have okay odds of getting away from it. But this is why I said I don't like where Luminara was.
Yeah, I agree. Do you chance the homing missile?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know.
Because you only got 4 health.
And she's only got 1 force.
She does only have 1 force. She
So
does need to, that. What action did she take?
She did a barrel roll boost.
It was a straight boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's always the chance that we're wrong and she's out of arc, but I don't think so.
I'm with you. I mean, he did get he took the target lock before the turn, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he clips the corner there.
Yeah, I do too.
If Alex gets away without taking damage on Luminara, I do like his following turn.
Oof, and CC gets the...
Did he go into Tirani? Yeah, he did. I would have spent a force there.
Well, he has taken 3 shots. I don't know that I... Oh, yeah, okay, so... Sorry, that was Bosk. Of course, Bosk doesn't have arc.
You know what? I think the Marauder... Looking at that, the Marauder might be out.
He might. He might. That would be great for Alex.
Yeah. That's what you're afraid of if you're Saucy Ted, was that exact roll. But he's going to get out of it.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So there you go. Your stealth device you just made your points back on your stealth device right there. Jeez, you're going to get it again.
Range 3 from Kato.
Yeah, but it's only 2 dice.
Yep.
Now, of course, this is...
There you go.
That's fine.
It's not
fine.
It's not quite all. Yeah.
You got away with it.
Oh, look at that! All right. Now Gargor will just...
Gargor that ripped the stealth device off. Oh my god, I'll cry laughing.
Right?
The scrub of scrubs is the one who knocks the stealth device off. Nope, not gonna happen.
Quad blank or no triple. Yeah, he didn't.
He could, Ben, but I don't ever assume that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it was. He had some pretty good green dice, all told, through those 3 attacks. The stealth device, as you say, definitely paid off.
Yeah, he just ate 7 dice and took. He ate 7 dice all modded and took 0 damage, and he's gonna have full force next turn. Or the other thing, he'll be able to see where 2 of these move and then change his maneuver. We also can't forget that. He could just go right into Tirani's face and block the shit out of her before you hit her with kickback and oddball, both of whom probably get a target lock on Tirani this turn. I'll bet any amount of money on that.
Yeah, and they don't have to worry about snapshot either. Well, maybe oddball will, depending.
Maybe. I would be very surprised if Rick pulls in that aggressively and opens himself up to catching. Even at this point, Luminara would have a shot if he goes that hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the dilemma here, right? Like, given what CC can do, if you're Rick, do you maybe 3-bank Tirani to get out of this? Go fast to try to avoid whatever Luminara's or CC's going to do. Maybe bump one of the 2 V19s and only have to deal with one of them.
I think if Alex has slow rolled these V19s the entire time, I'm not seeing him do anything crazy with them now.
You've got a point, Brandon. What do you if you're looking at the board from Rick's perspective? What are you expecting the V19s and CC to do?
I think the V19s are just going to 1 straight here.
You think so?
Yeah, 1 straight and light up Tirani.
Do you try to maybe go a little bit faster to get to range 1?
You don't want range 1 with kickback. Because I would assume that Saucy's going to push a damage card through on Tarani this turn.
Now we're all thinking CC's most likely move is a 5K.
Oh, it's the only move.
We
in my
don't go.
opinion.
I mean, you mentioned maybe going for the block on Tarani. Do you think that's worth it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's possible, but
Yeah,
because the
not with-
problem is if you do that, if Rick thinks you're going to do that, he's going to throw Gargor right in front of you.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And
So-
between Intimidation and Gargor, he has 2 blockers there. So I think the 5K really is the only move
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's the thing we've got to keep in mind from Alex's perspective is he is, looking at force superiority on the other side, and so he's gonna feel that pressure to get all guns into the fight no matter what, right? Because he really needs to take a ship off the board.
He needs to get somebody down. He either needs to kill Tarani. I'll be honest. If I were him, all of my thoughts right now would be on getting Tarani off the board as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because if you can do that and only lose a torrent, you basically have this game sewn up.
Yeah, Tarani is by far the most expensive piece in Rick's list, right? It's also the best piece.
She's also the most dangerous.
Yeah. When we talk about win conditions, oftentimes you start by going, okay, what's the most expensive piece? Usually, the most expensive piece is also the best piece, and in Rick's list, that's absolutely true. If we look at Alex's list, CC is by far his most expensive piece, and Alex just threw CC out there to the wolves and didn't get punished for it. So, Rick, could take, oddball or kickback off the board, and Alex probably doesn't care.
So that tells me Tarani is 100% just going to follow. Probably, I would guess a 1 bank.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
It looked like he tried to clear Gargor out of the way and maybe be in position to get, be touching oddball or kickback next turn.
Okay, if Alex went 4D chess and 1 hards with Luminara here, he is going to light that Cartel Marauder on fire.
Yeah, for sure. Well, of course, Rick could be, protecting the Cartel Marauder with Bosk and.
Bosk is not a threat to Luminara.
You're right. You're right. But does Rick realize it? Remember, we're talking about a guy who used Vader to target lock Hollow more than once.
Yeah, but also remember that the Z95 does not have a 1 bank blue.
Yeah, fair.
So at the really, he's either 2 banking or he's 2 straighting or he's gonna just eat his stress.
Yeah,
Okay.
even a 3 hard doesn't really say. Oh no,
that's bad.
That is bad.
Yeah.
That was a really great move by Alex. He called that
Here it comes.
5K. And yep, here comes the snapshot, but not bullseye.
No. But you do not want to see 2 damage here.
No, you don't.
1 should be doable. A stress token for the K turn. Okay, cool.
And he had 1 force left at least, right?
He is full force.
Yeah. Do you eat the shield and save it?
No. Because you're not giving up the shield, you're giving up the stealth device too.
Oh, that's fair point.
So he also didn't roll enough dice there. Oh no, he's intimidated. That's another reason why you don't give it up.
Yeah, but funnily enough, that actually made things better for him. One of those rare moments where you reroll dice and you go, "Oh, thank God."
Okay, so here's something that I'm really interested in. If Oddball goes over the top of kickback, or even just like a 2 straight, he can barrel roll and pick up a target lock. You might actually see Oddball's ability proc here, is what I'm telling you.
Right. Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
Okay, that's bad. That was a bad decision from Alex to make that move.
Well, the thing is all he has to do is barrel roll to the right, and he probably doesn't care. I think he's out of arc with a barrel roll. I mean, I think I agree with you. I think I would have liked the one hard there just because then you're in behind the Cartel Marauder and he's an unhappy camper. But I also don't think Alex could, for sure plan on Rick turning there.
Okay, if you're gonna try to fix the problem, I'm okay with that. Just because it does get you in range to at least use your last force to protect one of the torrents, but I don't know what you're protecting it from. Wow, that's an unexpected move from Scrawny.
That's kind of what I thought Rick might do. And again, like, I'm actually a little bit surprised Luminara got in as close as she did. That does not bode well for poor Tarani here.
No.
But he isn't taking a shot from the Delta 7 because he was able to block that 5K, and that's good. But of course, Luminara is going to have CLT active.
My question is, why would you go for the block and not exploit it?
Right. I mean, it's an interesting question. Was Rick expecting Luminara to be here and, hoping to put damage through on Luminara? The thing is...
Now I take the single damage, and I'm perfectly happy.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, CC is going to be not appearing in this game for at least 2 turns now. So, Rick does have that going for him, which is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a beautiful block. I agree with you. I would have preferred to be less aggressive with Tarani.
This is an oddball moment. This is it. You're going to see it. You wanted it, Ben. You're getting it.
Yeah, we are.
He's going to put it right on him.
Yep.
The thing
that sucks with the V19, of course, is that the linked action, though, is an evade, not a focus.
You know what? Staring down Tarani, I'm not mad about an evade.
True. Though, again, like, oddball and kickback are... Kickback's actually the more expensive ship, so I think you happily
better.
What's that?
He's better.
Yeah, but what I'm saying here is I think you're happy if he takes a shot at oddball at range 1,
100%.
Right?
100%.
Yeah. In fact, I might even think about not taking the evade just to dare him.
Well, no, you need the evade to set off oddball's ability. Yeah, he didn't use oddball there. That's unfortunate. I think he wants to K turn next turn.
Well, or Talon to block a.
Well, oddball's not blocking anybody. He's a 5.
Fair. I mean, he's going to be blocking just by virtue of where he is, really.
Sure. I mean, he could have done that while also taking the evade and the target lock.
Yeah, that's true. Though you're right, I think he must be thinking about the turnaround, especially given that he knows CC is, again, like, going to be spending some time turning around here.
Okay, you're into Tarani's hole. I don't know why he shot that. I don't know why he shot Luminaris last. When you're lined up with concussion missiles.
Oh, it was range 1.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He should also be adding a focus result. Yep.
Your intent is to take the damage, then you're going to spend the focus here.
Oh, yeah. No, is he out of 4? He's out of 4. Luminar's out of 4.
He's got one.
He's got 1 force.
Gotcha. I mean, do you just go ahead and take the homing missile and not care?
No, because it's fully modded now.
No, I mean, in this case, take the damage. So you don't have to spend.
Yeah, he's just gonna eat the 1.
Yeah.
Which is the right play in this position.
Yeah.
And he's going to save the force to try to take the edge off whatever happens to kickback. I think is the play here.
Tarani just got bodied. Yeah, that 3 bank was. I mean, if he does a more conservative move, he doesn't get shot by Luminara, maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't think Tirani gets out of the next turn.
Yeah, he doesn't really have anywhere to go.
You could K-turn, maybe?
All right, so both of those ships will have range and arc on Lumi.
Nothing from Bosk.
Yep, nothing from Bosk.
You got to just take it. Unless he's really feeling his nuts. And so, by the way, guys, he spent his force, not his focus token.
Right.
Yep.
Which was the right call.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't, because again, like,
Did he make it roll it?
yeah, I think he did.
Well, that was Tirani's shot.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's Tirani into
Jesus.
either oddball or kickback. That's pretty brutal. Hull breach.
I thought that was on Luminara, and I was going to panic.
All right, so it looks like that was a kickback.
Yep.
And gets the natty evade he needs to not explode.
Well, at least not the whole breach. Now, here's the question. Do you go for the kill on kickback and save that target lock?
No, he's firing the homing missile.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure why there's a damage
Yeah,
card floating around.
I suspect they'll be correcting that momentarily.
Okay, so yeah, he chose to take the shield damage.
100%.
Yep.
What you have to do now is you have to find a way to get Luminara the hell away from that cartel marauder.
Yeah, not terribly, not going to be terribly difficult with that debris causing problems.
Yeah.
Though, he could just do a 2 straight. He's still got the lock.
Yeah.
And he does, homing missile doesn't care if there's debris as long as he doesn't make him roll it.
Well, the thing about it is if there's debris, I might take my chances.
Yeah.
Because then it's 4-on-4.
Yeah. But it's probably still worth, making Alex have to make that decision.
Yep.
Because it is, rather than like 2 bank and then boost and maybe not have arc on anything or, end up getting, clubbed somehow.
The cartel marauder is the only thing that's going to keep Luminara from just turning Tirani inside out.
Yeah. Well, also, the 2 forward from the cartel marauder and a 1 bank target lock with Bosk gives you both options to, make Luminara do things that Luminara doesn't really want to do,
Well, she won't be there. She moves before Bosk.
Ah, fair. That's right. They're at 4, both of them.
Yep.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean,
in fact, like, you could, with the Cartel Marauder, do a 2 forward, but then barrel roll to the left.
Yeah, you could absolutely barrel roll.
And you don't care, because you've got the target lock already. And that lets Bosk potentially 3 bank.
Yep.
To get in there and target lock someone. So, yeah, it was a good trade there. 0.5 points on Tirani for 0.5 points on kickback, really. But the problem for Alex is that he's down a gun for 2 turns at least, and kickback could be off the table next round.
He's not only down a gun, he's down
The
by
best
far
gun.
his
Yeah.
best piece.
Yep.
He needs to get Saucy around that corner immediately.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So
crazy.
if you are Alex, what is the best way to get CC back into the fight, like ASAP?
Well, you don't have R4, so your best play is the one hard.
Remaining stressed.
Yeah, there's no one shooting at you.
Yeah. Do you consider like a bank barrel roll boost, maybe to try to get the CM in arc?
I don't have a problem with the one bank roll.
Brandon, you have a little bit more experience with the Jedi. What are you thinking here with CC?
Probably a bank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little worried that you would clip the cloud, but the I can't remember what the name of the hull ability is, but it doesn't care. You can still at least get your barrel roll in, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then at least maybe CC is putting pressure on Bosk and the CM that way.
Well, the other thing is it doesn't turn off your stealth device, which means that
Right.
that particular debris is not really that much of a discouragement.
That's fair. That's fair. And for Alex, to Alex's benefit here, there's really not much Rick can do to have shots at CC either.
There's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
I say that only because Tarani is going to K-turn.
Yep.
She has to.
Yep.
She has to. Otherwise, you might as well throw it away.
Yep.
Luminara is. If I'm Luminara, I just 2 straight. Or maybe even you know what you do?
Well, the problem is Luminara. Yeah, you're right, because Oddball's going to still be in the way. So anything faster, you risk bumping, which you definitely can't afford to do.
You could also 4 straight and go after Kato, because he'll be alone this turn.
Yeah, I would worry that it. I mean, I guess he maybe gets past Oddball. I'd be so worried that I would just run right into the back of Oddball even with a 4 straight.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty seeing exactly where those lines end.
Me too. Me too.
Gargor is a question though.
I think I just one hard Gargor.
One hard, yeah.
Yeah. I think I just tried to get in the way of kickback or Oddball trying to 2 Talon and call it a day.
Yeah. The one downside to Alex's list is that he doesn't have a blocker at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's not really a great move for Kato either. Because
no, that's what I was saying earlier. There's a 1 bank is playable, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
A 1 straight is playable, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
A 2 straight, I 100% guarantee you bump and you get lit up by somebody.
Yep.
The one thing that lets them stand out is the 3 bank, the 3 straight blue, but again, that doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Stuck.
So Gargor, interestingly, does a more aggressive turn than I thought he would.
Yeah.
And it's a 2 instead of a 1. Not terrible positioning, but I don't know that it blocks a 2 Talon from Oddball anymore. Oh man. Wow.
That's the power of Yeet compels you right there, folks. That is a student of the Church of Yeet in full form right there. Yeah, he just 1 straight. There's not a whole lot else to do.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, at least you've got a token, and Kato is, not counting Gargor, your cheapest piece, so who cares?
Yeah. Plus, you can if it turns out that Kato's going to get lit up, you just yank Gargor's calculate, and you have 2 tokens.
Yeah. So Alex sent CC forward at a 2 bank, which did overlap the cloud.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Unless he's going to try to boost through it.
I don't think you can boost through the cloud, right?
Well, the template won't overlap.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know what
close. I think it might. I don't think it goes far enough either.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah,
can
that's
land.
what I would worry about is that it doesn't go up.
So
Okay.
a one forward. Okay. Yeah.
Problem is he doesn't have a blue maneuver next turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
There's
he's
the-
not stressed anymore. He did do a 2-bank. Oh, for the strain though. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
I fully expected the K turn. I think me and Brandon both saw the K turn from kickback as inevitable.
I mean, I guess for me, it's just because it seemed clear it wasn't going to land.
Yeah.
That
Ooh.
Luminar with the arc dodge, with the easy arc dodge here.
yeah. Just boost around.
Just boost and roll out.
Yep.
Actually, probably doesn't even need the roll.
I don't think. Yeah, he might not need to. I think you're right.
Should be safe there. Yeah.
Yeah, but if
Yep.
if Rick planned on this, then I would expect a 2 or 3 hard from Bosk.
I don't think you do that with Cartel Marauder if you're expecting her to do that.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, yeah, I mean, a one bank focus, I guess, off of Bosk would be okay, but you're still shooting.
Bosk also has homing missiles, so Bosk is already target locked though. Yeah.
Bosk has homing as well.
Yep.
Oh my, that's
No,
a problem.
I think Bosk has the Marauder locked.
Oh.
I think so too. I think I remember seeing that and being kind of weirded out by it. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Is there something in Alex's list that justifies locking your own ship?
I think he was out of range when he tried it.
Gotcha. I usually just say, dude, I'm gonna pretend I locked this cloud and not worry about it.
All right, oddball. Is this a 2-talon? Yep. Are you gonna land it?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that one hard would have blocked it.
But he's not gonna get the lock on Tarani, I don't think.
No, I think you're correct. I think he's...
Unless he's saying he does. You know what? I think I might be wrong. His inside corner is pretty far in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, he does not have it.
So it's got to go on Gargor, or you just pray.
Yep.
I'd shoot Gargor. It's a free shot. And there's nobody at range 0, so it's a no-cost shot.
Did Tarani roll for strain?
He did. She took it.
No, not Sassy. Tarani.
Yes. I think that's what that hit was.
Because there's no strain on Tarani.
He has not rolled. Let him know he needs to. I'm checking chat. I'm
Bad Rick.
There you go. So Luminar is in a good place to protect kickback, actually.
So if you are Luminara with Bosk with homing missiles, do you go ahead and dare him? Roll the dice?
I might.
I think I would here with the debris in the way. Because you don't want to be just concede half points, right?
Yeah. And plus, he's single modded.
Yeah.
And you're Luminara. You have both your ability to fuck with his dice and your own defense, and you have a token.
Yeah.
So,
this is oddball.
That'd be Tarani.
Yeah, he took the target lock because why not, and is just going to go ahead and put damage into Tarani, which is the right call if he could.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah. Save it for later. Gargor is not worth it at 28 points.
Especially not with a calculate on him. So it was
I'm not sure what happened there because it's rendering very strangely. Okay. Kickback should have... Yeah, Kickback's got Kato at range 1.
Rick is not going to spend that focus on defense. Even if Kickback spends the lock here, he's not going to spend it on defense.
Yeah. I mean, you spend the lock because you're not going to live through this anyway. No, I guess not.
Well, no, that's correct. I think that lock was on. Yeah, I was worried about that.
Ah, got it. It was on Kato. That makes sense.
Didn't tell him to roll it.
Do you try to get? Yeah, I think you put the pressure on Luminaria here. You've got other ships that can try to take Kickback off the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is doing it.
Of course, yeah. And if Alex is doing his math correctly, he will tell him bring it.
Yeah.
Because he's taking at most 3 damage. I'm sorry. Let me say this correctly. He is at most going to take 3 hits before he rolls defense. That's what you're worried about. So he's going to Luminar one of them.
Nope. He didn't have any force, and
oh no! Oh, that's dead, Lumi.
That is some vassal dice.
Yeah, that's bummer.
I hate that so much.
That's X-Wing for you.
No, that's Vassal and TTS.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. We're entering conspiracy theory hour here.
We're not. I'm sorry. Are Vassal dice not a real thing?
No, it's just math.
No, it's not. It's
it is.
A very bad RNG. It's a computer doing a terrible RNG impersonation.
Oh man. Okay.
I can't. I'm shocked there are people who still believe in the legitimacy of these dice.
Anyway, so we've got Tarani taking a shot here.
Kickback's absolutely dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Rick could blank.
Yep.
But he's still going to take a crit from Tarani's ability.
No. Well, he'll take a hit.
And he's got hull breach.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, he's fired at oddball instead.
Oh, because the ability still triggers.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
So oddball takes nothing. Kickback will take a crit.
Alex tried to play a high wire act, and unfortunately, if one thing goes wrong, you fall off the high wire and die.
And here's the crit. Oh, look at that, a fuel leak.
That's a blank crit.
I mean, you're down to 1 hole, you don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Any other time, you would see hull breach, fuel leak, and panic, but when you have 1 hole left, you don't really care.
Yeah.
Because it means whatever the next hit is kills you.
Yeah. So here's Kato trying to kill shot with a focus. And that's not going to save Kato.
Nope.
I'll be sorry, kickback. Stun pilot. 2 ships dead. Well, this is going against Aaron pretty fast here now.
Unfortunately.
I mean, that is you said something interesting, Vince, a few minutes ago. You mentioned that one of the downsides to Aaron's list here is he's got ships that you would typically want to use as blockers, but they're not really blockers in this case, right? You've got the V19s that are, the high init V19s don't get played a lot, and the reason they don't get played a lot is they're sort of ass backwards, right? The V19
Well,
is a
there-
cheap hole that you kind of want to block with, but if you're rolling around at I-5, it ain't gonna happen. Go ahead.
They also don't have the dial to be a top tier blocker.
Yeah.
Like they're just so slow.
So Oddball takes 1 damage here. Gargor doesn't have a shot.
Wait, who shot?
It was 3 dice into Oddball, so I think it was the Cartel Marauder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he rolled. Okay, he rolled 3 focuses on defense. Got
Yep. Yep. Or sorry, Alex, not Aaron. Aaron is another player in our tournament. Thank you, Sean. Look, there are 20 people in this tournament. I can't be expected to keep all the A names straight.
Aren't there only 2?
Shush! I didn't ask you.
That's true. You didn't even ask me to be on the show. I just kicked the door in.
Now we've got Adam, Alex, and Aaron. So 3 A names.
So the thing about what I'm looking at here is Saucyton can still carry this game out. His or her only real threat are the Cartel Marauder and Tarani. She can fly circles around the Cartel Marauder, and she can kill Tarani in 1 shot.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't. I mean, it's uphill.
I'm not saying it's not uphill.
Yeah, it's uphill.
But it's winnable. This is a winnable game.
Yeah, if he can get Tarani off the board without taking significant damage.
If he can kill the Marauder without getting beat on by Tarani, you achieve the same goal. You just want to get rid of anything with 3 dice right now.
Yeah. I mean, bear in mind, of course, that, Bosk still has a charge on his homing missile, so that's going to be a threat. And I think the Cartel Marauder still has a charge on its homing missile. That's also a threat. Oddball's in terrible position to not take like 1 billion shots this turn. So
yeah.
if you're Alex, not Aaron, if you're Alex, you've kind of got to maybe just serve Oddball up here, I think.
You have to get something out of him. You need. I think if you're gonna do anything, you would use this turn as you stack Oddball to try to just put any kind of 3 dice on the Cartel, and you bring Saucy around to knock it out.
I mean, the tough part here is that Oddball's blues are shit.
Yep.
The dial on the Torrent is unplayable.
Yeah.
That's why they don't get played. Their dial is horrific.
Yeah, they're not great. I mean, again, like the low-level ones get played because, cheap blockers are cheap blockers, right?
I don't even remember the last time I saw a Gold Squad. I really don't.
No, they're not in hyperspace.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
Which is also ridiculous.
But if they were in hyperspace, we'd be seeing them. They wouldn't be making up top lists because the Jedi have been nerfed 2 rounds in a row, right? But I think you'd see people trying.
Yeah.
You know what? If they were in hyperspace, you would still see 5 of them, Rick and Sinker, and be perfectly decent.
Yeah. Well, Rick's not in hyperspace, right?
Yeah, he is.
I thought they pulled him.
No, not that I'm aware of. They pulled everything that they thought made him good, but they didn't pull him.
Gotcha. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I as Republic templates go, I still prefer, broadside and matchstick and, whatever you feel like anyway.
That's because you love jank.
Well, anyway, they're speaking of shit dials, the Republic Y-Wing has shit dials too, but those 2 guys are pretty good.
It's supposed to.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm surprised that Gargar went as fast as he did here. I would have thought he'd want to go slow and stay in Oddball's way.
He's getting him ready to get a block around on Saucy.
Yeah. The Marauder does a 2 bank past Gargor.
an aggressive, but it's a defense move. That's a defensive move.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure that if Oddball is moving at all, he's gonna bump off the cartel.
The one bank on the V19, is that blue?
Yes.
Okay, because I think you can fit the one bank and just barrel roll evade and not even take a shot from the Cartel Marauder
Oh,
here.
as long as Tarani doesn't do a one straight.
Right, that's fair. And again, I5, oddball, what? Why?
Because they wanted him to be an arc dodger. His ability really is to be an arc dodger. It writes itself to be used with Crackshot or Predator.
Right. And of course, Crackshot's not hyperspace legal, so.
Which is also beyond. I'm not going to bother. If I'm okay, this is a barrel roll. This is a roll inside and target and boost up.
And take Gargor, well, if you can.
Or you know what? I'm fine. Okay, I would have preferred that he had rolled inside and used his force to modify and shoot at Tarani, which is what he should have done. Although, you know what? Because Oddball can get out of this now. I think that's enough room for a barrel roll inside of the Cartel Marauder.
It might, well, I mean, it doesn't really even necessarily need to.
Well, he's not going to kill it in one shot.
No. Well, no. True.
I mean, you know what? Technically, Sasa could still kill Tarani, like, just shoot it through the debris.
Yeah. Using one of the R5 charges there to pull a card off of Tarani.
Yeah.
Smart. That's a nice move by Bosk.
Oh, that's...
And you have to just target lock oddball here. Oh, never mind.
No, you focus. You focus. You don't need to target lock anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's the one bank. There is no space for a barrel roll.
No, I thought that would go further.
Yeah. So oddball's going to take a couple of pretty nasty shots here. The 4 dice from the Cartel Marauder being far more frightening.
You have to focus. Yeah.
Yeah. He was just moving the target lock where it was on Gargor. So oddball.
I would throw this at the Cartel Marauder.
Yeah, me too. I'd want to try to strip that focus.
And you set it up, and again, you do damage to the other most dangerous ship in his list.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why Kato took that token. That achieves nothing. Oh no, are we wrong? Is that a must ability?
I think it is a must.
Yes, it is.
It is a wow. Okay. Yeah, that's even worse than I thought originally.
Yeah, right? It certainly is not great there.
No, that's terrible. That'll cost you games.
Well, Rick made the right choice. He took it off the one who's at range 2 to the attack, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex really wants 3 hits out of an oddball right here. I mean, you always want 3 hits, but right now you really want 3 hits.
Yeah.
That's not 3 hits.
What did he fire at? He must have fired at...
He went for the unmodded.
Bosk.
He went for Bosk.
Woof.
That's a mistake. We figured it out, Rick. Thank you.
No, I appreciate Rick making sure we know. I wonder if what he was hoping is that with 2 shots on Bosk, he might take Bosk off the board. It's not mathematically the right call, but...
No, it's... Well...
I mean, actually, honestly, it would have been better to go at Gargor if you're just trying to take a ship off the board since you got the target lock, but...
That's a good roll. Who is this at? I'm thinking this is Bosk.
I think it's Bosk again. Yeah.
Yep.
So he wanted to try to get Bosk off the board with the 2 shots.
I get it. I do.
Yeah, I mean, as people say, don't split your fire. I think that's more of a guideline than a rule.
It is.
as Barbosa would say.
Yeah, and more like guidelines. If I had like a 1 octave lower in bass, I would do a really good Jeffrey Rush. I'm serious. I have a lot of practice.
All right. Well, now we see how much he gets punished for this. Of course, Rick just straight rolls fire.
That's our boy.
I think you just take the hull and keep the focus and hope. Oh, yeah, and hope that you can use that focus against the 4 dice from the cartel.
Against the Marauder.
Yeah.
You hope the Marauder rolls junk, and you hope you get out of it. That's it. But I the way his dice are going this turn, or this game, I'm not expecting great things. This is Tirani.
Yep, Tirani on CC. And
like we're panicking, but we're also not realizing Tirani could just solo this list. Or I'm sorry, Sase could just solo this list.
I just don't see it though.
I don't disagree.
Ouch. So we've got hit crit.
That's right. In my head, I knew it was coming.
Heroic.
I mean, you prevent the damage you can when you have a focus.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Brandon would have spent the focus, because Brandon always preserves health, and Daniel the same. Coincidentally, 2 of our best players.
Yeah, I mean, 1-man army.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I guess you're right. When you're rolling 2 evade dice, the chances of rolling double focus are pretty low.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, mathematically, probably the right call was to spend the focus there.
I think mathematically, he shouldn't have rolled 2 blanks. So, just saying. Technically, it shouldn't have made a difference. He should have only taken. He should have gotten 1 paint result on that defensive roll. But did Gargor just do it? Yeah. Of course it is.
Yep.
Gargor is the one who takes the or not.
Oh, because he forgot he was strained, and now he got to re-roll, and...
That's hilarious. X-Wing, you so silly.
We've had some entertaining games that we've broadcast on this channel. This might be the dumbest game. But...
it's up there.
Not that either player is dumb. Not that either player has really done anything stupid. Just the circumstances of the game have been incredibly stupid.
Let's be perfectly clear, by the way, about what Rick put in chat. You are not a good person. You are just momentarily honest.
Wow. Look, I've already had to tell one member of the Wide World of Wargaming X-Wing podcast not to insult Rick directly today. Let's not make it 2.
Oh, what did Jeff do? I already know who it is as soon as you say it.
It wasn't going to be Drew.
Yeah, we both knew who it was.
For those who may not be following. One thing you might notice here in Vassal is that the ship tokens take up the full base rather than taking up just the space they would actually in the game. And what that means is that the arcs are too big. The printed arcs are too big relative to the real arcs, which you can see when you turn on the arc. And Jeff has just recently discovered this and gotten very upset And I'm not going to say not rightly so. It's if you don't know about it and it's not publicized, it kind of sucks because you're making maneuvers and then eyeballing your arc and making decisions based on that, and the arc is not accurate. So Jeff and a few other players have been trying to convince Muon, who develops the Vassal tool, or not the tool itself of Vassal, but the X-Wing plugin, I guess would be a way to put it, that maybe that should be addressed because it's not intuitive. It's not what you would expect it to be. It's not the way we play. When we play X-Wing on a table, we are very much eyeballing those arcs and we count on them being correct. Anyway, so in that frustration, Jeff called Rick a moron jokingly, and so I had to ask him not to do that, even jokingly. Only one person gets to call Rick a moron.
Rick is so heavily banking on Saucy running right up the middle. It's actually outstanding. Yeah, and he did it.
Yeah, he did.
Now, the nice thing is you barrel roll here and you just boost forward and you light that Cartel Marauder on fire.
Yep.
That's not what you do.
He's going to try to kill Bosk and then take 3 shots.
Bosk isn't gonna be there.
Oh, that's right. Bosk has not moved yet. Thank you. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's
because
and he's
because you're right. I think you're right. You boost barrel roll. Of course, then you're relying on your force, such as it is. And there's R5 repairing another hull. Does that take Tawny back above half points?
Yep.
Oh. You just got Rebel regened there. Except not by Rebels. Poor Alex.
Oh, he rolled the crit. Somebody was going to do it eventually.
Rick was really tempting fate the 2 times he's blown through debris. So it's nice to see him actually get punished for it.
Rick has really embraced the new logic that has popped up in the last couple of weeks where people are like, you know what? Moving through debris sometimes is really unexpected, and maybe we should do it more often.
Yeah.
And then that happens, and you go, man, I'm stupid. So as much as I dislike Alex just dropping himself in the middle of the fire, at least it's against 3 shots that are unmodified, and his K turn next turn is fantastic.
Yeah, but there's the problem, right? Now he rolls blank focus on the attack, and he just can't feel safe in using the focus.
He can't spend his focus. I mean, honestly, I'll be real. I might not have spent it anyway.
Oh, he did spend it. Rick rolled too fast. All right.
There's half.
Yep.
The only police ship I'm worried about out of this group is the Cartel Marauder.
Yep. Well, this is of course when all of the 2 die shots will be hit or hit crit. So.
Yeah.
I find this unlikely. The jury. The jury is debating the previous question.
Why are you trying to shiv poor Alex? You're just taunting the dice into coming up hit crit.
And listen, you brought the prophet on. You know more often than not I'm right. I'm on recording being right like half a dozen times. See?
Yeah, all right.
You're worried about the cartel,
yeah, for sure. And
man, it's like I'm good at the game or something. And if he doesn't get
stealth device. MVP. There it is.
Oh, shit. Oh, he did it again.
Did I mention that this is one of the dumbest games we've ever seen?
Yep. Now watch.
The spirit of the Lord Isophane flows through XPAP.
Well, now watch Bosk roll a crit going across the debris again.
That would be
please?
hilarious.
Oh, please. I mean, look, now we need to talk about the fact that he might be up. He's up 5-1, but that's a terrible position for
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah. I mean, Rick went all in here and didn't get what he
He
wanted
didn't
out
need
of it.
to.
Yep.
He didn't. There was no reason to go that hard because you were never going to kill him.
Right.
And
So-
even if you had like badly messed him up, he 5 straight boosts away in regens.
So 5K here for CC?
I don't know what else you do. It's not like, I mean, I worry about the cartel one harding as a block, maybe.
Well, yeah, the one heart. Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I don't know if that it's because he's had it blocked already. He might not do it just out of fear.
Yeah, you're right. And honestly, in that case, maybe the safest move is the 2 sloop, where the cartel marauder
Sloop.
is.
Okay, I'm not opposed to that, but the
Yeah.
marauder's gonna 1 straight.
Right. Well,
'Cause
unless he one
the
hard's
bank-
hoping to block the 5K, right?
Yeah, but I don't think Rick's gonna do it.
Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah.
so. I wouldn't have thought so either. I like the 2 sloop even better with that position, though.
Yeah, it depends what boss does, but I agree.
Oh no.
Oh god, if he lands
Okay.
this 5K, if he did the 5K, Rick is actually in serious trouble.
I think that the 2 sloop's great too. The only
The
shot
sloop
he'd
is
take is from Gargor.
Oh, he leached it.
Give me that.
Yep.
All right, Alex, show us what you got.
It has to be the K turn. Yeah.
Yeah, 5K.
It was too correct to not do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would have been. I think in Alex's place, I would have been worried about a 1 hard to block again, as you say, because it had happened already.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Field Goal. Like the first time it happens, but the second time you go to it, all of a sudden you start asking questions.
Yeah.
Although Cotto's about to get jacked up.
Yeah. All right, come on, crit. Come on, crit.
Oh, not this
Oh,
time.
yeah.
So my decision on this turn actually would have a lot to do with if Tarani is in range. I don't think she is, but if she is, I'm taking that shot.
Let's see. So getting Tarani back to half points is 31. Getting Kato off the board is just, yeah, it's just 15. So yeah, you're mathematically you're right.
Yikes.
He
Spend
did roll
1 just to make sure. Spend 1. Just spend 1 force. No, really, budget. You spend 1 force
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it means you have to roll paint to survive.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to roll double evade to survive.
Yeah.
And even if you did this, the crit would still go through. Yeah, there you go. Correct answer.
Yep.
Goodbye. Yeah. Alex needs to do everything on a budget now. He has a single ship's worth of resources, and everything has to be. You have to expend the perfect amount of force on your maneuvers, the perfect amount of tokens on your offense, the perfect amount of tokens on your defense.
Yeah. I mean, but as you say, like now with a ship off the board, and Tarani doesn't exactly have an easy move here that doesn't potentially put him on debris.
No, and Gargor does not have. I don't think Gargor has an open 3 bank here.
It's close. I would try it just because who cares? Gargor is who gives a shit? Gargor's 28
Meaningless.
points, right? So I think I would do the 3 bank anyway. What's more interesting to me here is, does the Cartel Marauder 2 Talon and Tarani 1 bank, and then are you facing a shit ton of dice, and what do you do? I mean, obviously, we should let the round end before we worry about what happens next turn. But
Well,
stealth device.
I hate to put it this way, But the only ship that really has a chance is the cartel and our cartel and Tirani.
Yep.
Just on mathematics.
Yep.
Now, what Alex needs to realize is that his game from here on out is maximizing his ability to not be in front of Tirani Kolda.
Yep.
You have to take a blue maneuver every single turn.
Yep.
So you can use your dial to get away from it.
Yep. I mean, and I think a 2 forward probably is safe here for CC. Oh, of course it is, because the Cartel Marauder goes at 2. So yeah, he doesn't even have to worry about that. It's not safe if Gargor does a 3 bank. He does move before Tirani, so he's not going to get snapshotted.
Rick is absolutely going to 3. If he thinks it'll fit, Rick is going to 3 bank.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, even if I don't think it fits, I 3 bank, because Gargor's job is just to muck shit up. Right?
Yeah. The problem is that if you do that and you bounce off of the cartel and the 2 straight fits, Tirani's going to get lit up. Like you're going to roll to the outside and take a focus, and you're going to just take a chunk out of Tirani Kolda.
I mean, I think Tirani's I think the Cartel Marauder's probably get a 2 Talon just to put pressure on CC, regardless of like where Tirani ends up relative to CC, right?
Now, if he wanted to go 4D chess, I think the 4 straight on the Delta is blue.
Oof.
It is not. The 3 straight's the fastest.
Oh,
that's
so there's
huge.
a 3 bank.
If that 2 straight fits, Saucy's got all the room he wants.
Yep. I mean, Rick's an aggressive player, so I figured we'd be seeing 3 bank. Here's the 2 Talon, no shocker. Does not go over the debris.
He tried to 5 straight out of it.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's problematic. It's not awful. You are going to catch 4 dice with a target lock, though. Right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he's in arc there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't like the 5 straight there because it wasn't blue. I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever noticed the people who run Saucy Tin never use his ability? Has anyone noticed that?
It's tough, right? Because, part of what makes Jedi good is having the Force as passive mods.
Yeah.
And so you've got to make that decision every time. What's more important to you?
Yeah, but I mean, what's the best mod is not getting shot.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, he does get to fire before Tirani, and if he puts crits through, maybe he hopes that he does. But you're right. The Cartel Marauder and the 4 die and the target lock is the real risk here.
I mean, Tirani's going to put 4 into him, but Tirani's going to put 4 into him with the target lock if she 1 banked.
Yeah, I think she fits. I think you're right.
This is probably contraband?
Yes, that would be contraband.
That means this is a 1 bank. This is not a 1 bank, or he wouldn't be using it.
I wonder if he K-turned, thinking that he might catch CC going 5 forward and getting past his blocks.
Or to too hard.
Well, too hard will definitely bump. So there's no point to contraband at that point.
Yeah, I don't know what the... Oh, because the 1 bank on that thing's not blue. That's what we were missing.
Yeah. All right, so the 1 bank fits. You target lock, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think I focus.
He didn't spend cybernetics.
Did he? What did he reduce the? Did he maybe forget to reduce R5 at some point?
I guess so.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
If Rick forgot that 1 bank's not blue, I will be shocked. That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
That's
back down to half.
Yep.
You kind of wish you had a crit there, hoping for something ugly.
Well,
but
yeah,
even a crit. Well, that blank would had to have been a direct.
Yeah.
The nice thing is that it saved both his force because this one's gonna hurt.
Yep.
Well, possibly, we should say.
So no bullseye, range 1. He is very happy that the bullseye is not active. Okay.
You're fine with. Oh, there it is.
Oh no.
But you know what? That actually, that stealth device was still worth it because it just saves him 1 damage.
Yep, absolutely agree. I mean, that stealth device paid for itself in this game.
Oh yeah,
multiple times. So
yeah,
you're okay, And now what really is problematic is what the Cartel Marauder does with Rick's dice.
Yep. Now the nice thing is that he's got regen behind this, and he can use it. He can use it while he's running, chasing after Bosk to try to clean up those points.
That is true. Yeah, and I don't think. I mean,
that's so good for him. I can't even begin to.
Well, hold on. There's still rerolls to come.
I ask me how much I trust vassal rerolls. There you go.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Spend the folk. Yep. Take 1 damage from 8 dice. Gotta love it. What's the score check, Brandon?
119 to 79.
With Rick in the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not out of this game.
No, I mean he's not. His best bet is to get Tarani off the table, honestly. But
I think between Tarani and what's left of Bosk, you pick up the lead.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So I think you're right. He's got to clear stress this turn. The Cartel Marauder's neither the Cartel Marauder or Tarani are gonna have a shot on him. So you just do a blue move, and use your post movement bullshit Jedi crap. Well, actually, Bosk does go after.
Bosk is going to fly over that. Since he knows he's flying over that cloud, I promise you, Bosk is going to the left.
You wouldn't. I would actually probably 3 hard to the right myself.
3 hard to the right would, if you 3 hard to the right here with Bosk, puts you literally right in front of a boost focus from Sassy.
I don't.
He may just K-turn because he already has a lock.
Fair. And of course he can fire that homing missile. Yeah.
But you know what? The homing missile at this point is, I take the damage. I have regen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but if he regens, he's not going to be shooting either. And he's got, 4 turns to kill 2 ships?
Yep.
Without losing half points.
Are we sure about those points, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted, So it's 103 plus, so Bosk is more than 16?
Yeah.
Bosk is 18.
Yep.
There you go.
So yeah, killing Bosk would be 18. And of course Kato would be 31 more, or Tarani would be 31 more.
So what would that be? 121 to 19? He'd win by 2?
That's an interesting.
Dislike that barrel. I dislike that barrel roll immensely.
Yeah, he must be. I mean, he's obviously, I think, expecting to have arc on CC, or to maybe try to scare CC into not, boost barrel rolling to take shots at Bosk.
And do it anyway.
Yeah, totally. I mean, oh no, the 3 forward doesn't clear.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was. The 4 forward is blue, right?
Tarani's going to hit this debris.
Well, it depends on what Tarani did, right?
If it's a straight maneuver, she hits it, and because of the way
of
the way he's turned, if it's a turn maneuver, she's going to hit it.
Contraband.
It's a K turn.
Right.
Yep.
If this comes up crit, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is bad. This is bad.
It's not good.
Honestly,
the 4 forward is blue on those things, right? On the Jedi?
On the Jedi?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's white. Okay, that's why he did the 3. Yeah.
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 This is why I said it, guys. People don't use that pilot ability for no reason. It's just, it's a built-in better version of R2C4. And in this format, it's powerful. That could cost him, that could end his comeback right here. If Tirani slaps the shit out of him, his comeback is over.
Yep. Well, it's 4 dice with no target lock, so we'll see.
Oh no, he's got a target lock. He just contraband for it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It is there in that pile of target locks. That's a good start for CC.
My man, you rolled early.
Yeah. All right.
If he rolls out of this, I'm going to cry laughing. He's going to take one.
Yeah, he was going to take one even with his original roll, so.
Yeah.
But now he has to spend a force, so that'll teach him to roll too quickly. So 1 point away from half, even there. If he gets half pointed, this game is really over. Because, you can't, at this point, you can't spend time, regenning.
No.
Yeah, he's got to get shots in.
Yeah, and also, no matter what he does to Bosk is going to get to throw, homing missile at him. And
so here's the question.
Yep.
You know this is coming. Do you sloop here and try to edge Tirani?
Sloop to the left?
Yeah.
I mean, it leaves you with one.
Just think about it. If you do that and you kill her,
yeah,
that's a really easy one. That's a really easy one bank roll, and all of a sudden you're on Bosk.
The problem is that I think Bosk is going to go fast enough to be able to threaten the cartel, or threaten the homing missile no matter what, right? Both Bosk and Tirani will get to fire no matter what, if they have arc.
That is also true.
And that's the real challenge for Alex here is that unless that 2 sloop keeps him out of Bosk's arc, he's probably then half pointed himself, and you could take Bosk off the board and then go regen. So it's a possibility, but he's still got both Cartel Marauder and Gargor bracketing him, so it's tough. I mean, I don't hate it, but it makes things real tough.
Somebody just rolled a crit, and I want to know who that.
It was Gargor. Going over.
Okay.
So Rick has rolled what? 2 crits on 4 tries? Yep. 5 tries?
That's 2.
And there's the 2 Talon from the Cartel Marauder.
Okay, that means that Tirani is 1 straighting here.
All right.
You
really hate to.
You boost focus. You have to boost focus.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I mean, you're still going to take that. You're still going to take that damned homing missile and have to. I mean, I think you just go ahead and take the damage.
Oh, she's taking 2 because the Marauder's got a lock too.
Yeah. Well, no. If you boost, you're going to get away from the Cartel Marauder.
Right. I think what we're thinking here is that he has to get out of arc and range of what's. I guess he didn't.
Checking her snap.
Oh. Yeah. That's close. I think that probably is out of.
I am fairly confident that's out of arc.
All right, let's see what Bosk does.
It's not a 1-bet, yeah.
Yeah. So now it's.
That 2 sloop would have been open, guys.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And there is, as you predicted, the one forward bump.
Yep.
Yep. I think that 2-sloop might have been the play that would have given him the best chance to win. He has to kill Bosk here, regen, take only 1 damage this turn, regen on the K turn, and kill Tirani on the bottom of 12. That's his only way to win that I see here.
Yeah. Well, he really didn't want to have to spend that focus
Yeah.
on the attack either.
If he's going to take the 1 hit, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but he does have
Oh,
Gargor right behind him at range 1 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to. Your win condition is you have to kill something.
Now, what you have to worry about here, though, is that Bosk doesn't have to use the missile here. He can primary you.
Yeah, but I think you threaten the missile one way or the other. Why not?
Yeah.
Because you have the target lock, you can go crit fishing.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth it personally. 2 dice versus
Why
2.
not? You're ahead.
Yeah, Rick's doing the right thing. He's homing missiling. And XPav took it.
There's not a choice. You can't. He's got no mods. You can't take a fully modded homing missile at that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly. All right, now we see though if he's going to take a second.
Yeah, if this Marauder gets him, it's over.
Yep. Well, Tirani's going to have range check first, so.
Yeah, we'll know as soon as Tirani.
Okay, no shot for Tirani. I think that means that the CM has range.
Yep.
Oh, that's brutal.
That's game.
I mean, he's already at half points, so you just take the plink, right?
No, I'd make him roll it.
Yeah, take the plink.
So the plink means that there's literally no way for you to come back now. He just accepted the loss, basically.
I think that he's thinking here that he has to basically take a ship off the board each turn, and so he's not going to be regenning. So if you're not going to be regenning, you just take the plink.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on board with that.
I think he's just accepting that there is no choice now except to just choose violence. Now, that's super bad.
The other reason that I wanted him to take to make him roll it is you have to get that target lock off you.
Yeah. Well, no, because the homing missiles are gone now.
It doesn't matter. It's still a 3-die double modded the next time that cartel shoots you.
Yeah. Well, you 5K here. You hope you get Gargor off the board. I mean, honestly, if I'm Rick, I just turn the other 2 ships away.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to.
There's no reason for him to engage. With 2 turns left.
I think that 2-sloop might have been his way in, guys.
Yeah, I like the 2-sloop there for sure.
Because you would have had. I don't know. I think you would have had arc through the cloud, and if you only need 2, and I guess you'd have been rolling against 3 dice.
I think maybe slightly more dangerous is whether he would have been bullseyed by Tirani with the 2-sloop, and there's just no way to know now. But
oh no, he wasn't.
I don't think so either, but I'm not sure I would have taken that chance either. All right, so quick dials here, which we always get quick dials with Rick. He's a very instinctive player. Alex obviously only has 1 dial, so
a lot of us start putting down dials a little faster when we know that the other guys, got 2 outs and no runners on.
Yeah. And Rick is choosing violence himself.
That's an anti-1 hard barrel roll.
Wow. Interesting. But why though?
There's no reason.
Because there's no win condition here, right, Brandon? Looking at the points.
Cannot win.
Uh,
I mean, I guess he could be trying to preserve MOV and not taking the chance that he's
Yeah.
going to die.
I mean, he'd have to kill Tarani and the Marauder.
Okay, yeah. And of course, I guess I should say here, MOV does matter. I think, Rick will obviously take his pod and make it into the cut. Depending on Alex's MOV, he maybe has a chance at being the top second place player and not having to play a play-in game. Though I suspect that Stefan has already locked in that best MOV out of the second place players, but we'll find out.
No, Stefan's leading our pod.
Stefan lost to Daryl, didn't he? Oh, right. But they were both 2-1. You are correct. Thank you.
Oh wow! So all three of us are 2-1.
I believe that is correct.
That's funny.
Let's take a look.
Oh, my pod were all 1 and 2.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna lose my spot to a guy who's 1 and 2.
So let's see. Yeah, so Stefan is 2-1, you're 2-1, and Daryl is 2-1, and Daryl has 6 more MOV than you.
The only reason Stefan is that high is because he played me first, and I still didn't know how to play aces.
I want to repeat. You're gonna lose out on the play-in game by 6 MOV.
Cardinals. I'm gonna get Arizona Cardinals.
Brutal. Brutal.
No.
Well, you gotta take your list to first place in the draft tourney and just.
This is my payback for defending defending the division system in football. This is my penance, is that I will have it happen to me.
So who else is in your pod, Vince? Who's the fourth player?
Stefan, Daryl, and Brian Webb.
Brian's 0-3. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian had a tough beat against me. He one-tapped Von Reg with a heavy laser cannon on one of the Upsilons, and then Avenger he couldn't ever get away from Avenger with the 2 Upsilons.
Did Rick just crit himself?
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god. So 3 out of 6, right? He's rolled crits?
He has rolled, yes. You know what? This is an opportunity for... That's the best opportunity MOV-wise for Alex.
Yeah, it's too bad it wasn't like a direct hit or something.
Oh, if it was a direct hit, oh my god, I'd laugh so hard.
And again, though, the problem for him is that unless he takes, like, I guess, what do you try to do? Take guard? I mean, it's round 12. Who cares?
Yeah, you just killed Tarani. She just died right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he had one more turn, he had a chance at this game.
Yep. Well, I mean, he did have one more turn. He used it to regen.
That's what I mean. Like, if
Yeah.
he...
But, of course, now he's going to take 3 shots as well, so...
Yeah, but they're not great. I mean, they're not great shots. Well, no, the Cartel Marauder is perfect, basically.
Yeah.
That's going to be range 1 target lock.
Well, both Gargor and the Cartel Marauder have target locks and focus. No, okay, just the Cartel Marauder has the focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's brutal.
I think the Cartel's probably going to put it away anyway.
So I was just looking at kind of the round standings and their draft position. And it looks like our top 2 finishers so far drafted 10th and 19th. Though Rick will end up here in the top group 2 having drafted 20th.
That's all she wrote, folks. It's a wrap right there.
Yeah. All right. So a valiant effort. So let's go in and talk to our players.
You guys go ahead and do that. Thank you
All right.
very much for letting me join you.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
afraid I must be off.
Thanks for joining, Vince.
Have a good one, everyone. Thanks
you
for
too.
listening.
Hello there, players.
Hi there.
Hello.
Greetings.
So, a very entertaining game, guys. Thank you for that. We were talking about in the booth how the circumstances of the game might have been the dumbest we've seen on a stream, just with die rolls being particular ways, or somebody rolls their dice too fast and then re-rolls into double evades or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, you lost a ship to the dreaded quad blank evades.
That was pretty sweet. Like, I can do this. No.
No, I
I
really
can't.
said, I'm feeling dangerous. Roll them.
Roll them. 4 hits, 4 blanks.
Well, I think that where you were, you didn't have any choice but to have him roll it anyway, because
Yeah.
it looked like things were tough there with I think that at that point CC was kind of out of play for a couple turns because of the blocked
Yep.
K turn, and so it was clear you felt some pressure to get things back together, and Rick was very aggressive with the Cartel Marauder going through the junk, so you kind of had to boost out of that, which just left
Hey,
you.
wait,
Yeah, go.
he's still got to roll Guard Wars dice to see if he can kill my guy. I got 1 hole left. He's got to roll the dice.
No, you're dead.
I am dead? No, I had a shield back, though. I'm screwed.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
fine,
you
I'm
took
dead.
a hit, you took a shield, and then you took a crit.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So
All right, whatever.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
looked like. I mean, what was great about that game is it looked like CC was maybe going to bring it back.
Okay,
So
Gargoyle still here.
I was working on that. No,
Yeah.
it was. If Bosk had gone over that rock and blown up, then
So actually, let's talk about that, Rick. So what? 6 debris overruns, 3 crits.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. I already rolled my crit over debris for the game. I can just go for all the rest of the debris. Nope.
Yeah, that was pretty. Like I said, everything in this game was just dumb, but in entertaining ways. So it was interesting to see you both spread out. It was also interesting at the beginning. We were looking at Lumi so far away from where she'd be able to help her friends, and sort of on the other end, kind of it looked like you were going to take that flight of 3, Alex, in to challenge the other flankers in Tirani. I think I looked at it as, oh yeah, clearly Lumi is going to just hard turn here and head right to help her friends, and this setup just was meant to draw the Cartel Marauder and somebody else up to the top, and it did. But then you went straight. So Alex, what was your plan there? What were you hoping for?
my plan was trying to bring everybody in. I was really trying to get Tirani. My plan was trying to get Tirani and Bosk off the board sooner rather than later, so I could I4 everywhere, I4 and I5 everywhere, and just kind of do it that way. But I misjudged some ranges, and it didn't happen the way I expected it to.
Well, I mean, part of it also is that block Rick put on your 5K attempt was just huge. For what it forced you to have to do with oddball and kickback being sort of the only ones getting shots for a bit, and I think if we could went back through the game, we'd find lots of places where you were able to mitigate that challenge, just because you've got 2 Jedi who are really good, until Lumi evaporated.
Yeah, no, that was that's a fun game right there. I'll have to look at those 4 hits versus the 4 blanks, and then remember to always just take the 1 hit on the homing missiles from now on.
And it even, I mean, honestly, it even looked like you decided to regen, in turn 11. We were doing the math and keeping the score kind of top of mind, and felt like you had to luck your way into taking a ship off the board each turn to even have a shot. If I
turned around, I mean, at that point, I was like, I I really don't think I can pull this off at this point.
Right.
Just the amount of ships coming at me from different locations. So I kind of had probably been a little too much of the, I can save some points if I totally don't die. But, that was, it didn't help either.
So you were thinking about MOV. That was kind of my...
A little bit.
Yeah.
That was kind of the back of my head. It was, maybe I should have been a little more aggressive on that. But I'm happy the way I got Bosk and Tarani off the board here. And, it's yeah.
Yeah.
But that was in the back of my head. Probably should have been a little more aggressive there at the end, just because there was no other options I had.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny, right? Because the evade dice, your evade dice kind of went Rick's way, but then the debris went your way.
Yes.
So it all evens out in X-wing.
It all evens out with a couple misrolls here and there, and I think I'm not going to blame the dice.
Rick, when you looked across at Alex's list, sort of what were you hoping to get out of the opening engagement, and what were you, what was your setup trying to achieve?
So I've had to basically put my chips on the table before my opponent in every single game. So my thought process is Kato steals, focuses, and evades. So the person he doesn't screw over is Gargor. So Kato and Gargor are going to be a pair. And then Bosk and the Cartel Marauder with the homing missiles can go be buddies on the other side. And then Tarani just has to go where she can come in behind with some snapshots. Now, I want my opponent to set up across from Kato and Gargor because they're just like, oh, look, those two ships should be easy to kill. And those are the ships that I want in the middle of the fight, bumping everything. So I guess that was kind of my thought process, was just put some ships on the table, see what happens. And then when he spread everybody out, my thought process was I either need to get Sacy and Bullseye and let Tarani do her thing to negate the stealth device, or I need to get Sacy out of this fight and just clean up the rest of his list. That way I can get more shots on Sacy, so I can deal with the fact that he has a stealth device and force.
Yeah, and that stealth device was MVP too. I guess we should mention.
God, yeah.
I would think the homing missiles were MVP personally, because you got all the homing missiles off, didn't you?
Yes, he did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, no, those.
It's true. But I mean, that stealth device, particularly with your "oops, I rolled too many dice, re-roll double evades." I mean,
whoop. Yeah.
I guess, Rick, one of the things we saw in your setup is with Bosk and the Cartel Marauder so far out on that far flank, when Alex did commit down, that did leave the rocks kind of in your way, and then it didn't necessarily punish you on that first engagement and fly through, but those debris sure punished you after. Do you kind of wish you had set up closer to sort of the edge of that field, or are you happy with where?
I'm actually pretty happy with how things happened. The only thing that really made me upset with that was misjudging the 2-bank from Bosk that bumped the Cartel Marauder and lost the target lock and the homing missile on Luminara on that first turn. Or not the first turn, but like on the first turn of shooting. There was an opportunity where Bosk had to shoot naked dice at Luminara when he could have homing missiled. But other than that, I was actually pretty happy because, and maybe that's because Alex 2-straighted at me with Luminar, or 3-straighted or whatever, and Bosk and the Cartel Marauder were able to do something. But they both are capable of coming in decently fast with 4 straights and 3 hards and barrel rolls and everything. And you just that's the game you got to play and the risk you got to take.
Cool.
I'm just sad we didn't crash everyone into Gargor on that one turn, so I can just pour it all the fire.
Yeah, actually, the turn that I think it was Oddball got the 2 Talon to land and kick back, missed a 3K. Rick, you two-hearted Gargor, and that's what allowed.
Yeah.
I was calling a one-heart there all day. What was your kind of thinking there?
So I had the one hard dialed up all day, and then at the last second I changed it to a two hard, specifically because I wanted to stop somebody from doing some shenanigans and blocking Tarani's 4K. And so I thought he might like two hard kickback to block Tarani. And so I wanted to put Gargor in the way of that.
Gotcha.
And in hindsight, I mean, who cares?
Yeah, you 10D chest yourself.
Yeah.
Alex, if you could redo any part of the game setup, one of the approaches, a single turn, is there something that stands out to you?
Luminar was absolutely useless in this game. What I did, both in the way that I flew. I mean, the placement I don't think was too bad, but the way that I flew her in was not. And then of course the infamous, I'm going to try and take the 4 dice. Probably, That's.
I'll be honest. I probably would have made the same call you did. I think Vince would have made the same call you did. Brandon, what was your call there?
Oh, on which one?
So when Luminara got taken off the board, it was through debris, homing missile. Lumi had a focus, as I recall.
Homie had 3 hull and a focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 hull and a focus, and I think full force, or at least 1 force at that point.
And
no,
we were,
you were out of force.
And we were, you had boost and used up your force, so you couldn't reduce the dice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh yeah. And I keep forgetting about that ability anyway. So what you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
So.
So Brandon, I think Vince and I were like, oh yeah, you can't take half points here, so or you can't just concede half points because this game is so close at this point. Turns out maybe it wouldn't have mattered so much. CC's very strong in stealth device MVP. Would you? I just don't remember where you were landed on that conversation at the time. Would you just taken the one?
Yeah, the one bank there to one bank barrel roll, maybe a boost to get her back in.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So, any other thoughts, players?
I pulled up the Lady Luck. I'm posting the graphs in Discord right now.
Cool.
What's interesting is my dice came out almost. They came out very, very average.
Did you remember to remove the crits from the?
No. But it looks like I actually overrolled on blanks on both offense and defense. But oh well. Apparently having more ships than your opponent is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. And I think that if a turn or two here or there, I mean, if I had knocked out Tarani at if I got a little more hits in on there.
Oh, the regen on Tarani was so huge.
Oh, totally. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, if you got to pull. I mean, you did a great job of pulling every single charge. I mean, you used all your homing missiles and I think all your regen.
I used every charge in the game I had.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, I think that really. I mean, I put myself in situations where you could do that, and it definitely showed. But I'm still happy I got 2 ships off the board, and with a little more to a little and a little less, hey, I'm totally gonna take those 4 dice. It'll be totally great. Might have gone the other way, because if Luby had been behind there and messing around with all you guys up there, then that would have been a very different sort of scenario.
Well, if I roll average and you roll average, you still only take 1 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was
that was a fluke.
That was, hey, it happens.
Yep.
Well, right now, it looks like Patrick is taking the auto second place finisher into the cut. So it looks like you've locked in a play-in game, Alex.
I can do that.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. That's better than Vince's position. Vince is 2-1 and 3rd place in his pod. by 6 MOV.
Oh no!
So Vince will be trying to win the consolation draft tournament, I think. So
Yeah, that basically guarantees him first seed in the consolation game, right?
yeah. So I'm not sure how much seeding is going to matter because everybody's going to start 0-0, but yeah, I mean, I think I think it's a testament to obviously both Vince's skill and his list, and I think it gives him a leg up for sure.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts from either of you?
Fuck, I'm sleepy. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're probably pretty sleepy. Any last thoughts?
Yeah. Nope.
All right.
That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was exceedingly dumb in the best ways. And again, not that you guys did anything dumb flying, just that like the circumstances were at every possible opportunity they could be dumb.
It's like, what is the most ridiculous result we could get right now?
Yeah. The only thing that could have happened that would have made it dumber is if Rick had Talon rolled off the board, and he didn't.
So I will tell
I think if Boss had blown himself up on going over debris, that would have been awesome also.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Well, we started from the bottom, and actually, if Tarani had got on that last turn, had gone over and taken the crit into the direct hit and died, I would have cried.
That.
I was hoping. I had my fingers crossed, just for the hilarity of it.
Well, I rolled the crit too, and I was just like, oh no.
So, Brandon, thanks for joining me in the booth.
Yeah.
Rick and Alex, thanks for providing us a stupid, entertaining game.
Of course.
This has been another Militant Casuals Jank Tank joint. Hopefully we'll be able to get a couple more of these round 3 games in to set the stage for both the cut and for the draft tourney. So keep an eye on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page if you are interested in when we go live with these things. And besides that, since Vince is not here to say it, drink your Ovaltine.
Well, we started from the bottom.